Hey everybody, just a quick public service announcement before the video starts. So a lot of you will probably already know that one of our external hard drives corrupted. On that hard drive was all of the footage for this video plus multiple other videos. We've managed to retrieve a number of low resolution copies. We've then upscaled it to make it viewable on your television and your computer wherever you're viewing it. So if some of the stuff looks a bit weird, that will be why. We have, however, lost a lot of stuff, including some key clips for this video, and without them, you kind of just missed out on a lot of the work and what was happening. So for those key clips, I've recreated them with AI. You will 100% be able to tell what they are, but I'm still keen if you spot them, so let me know. Anyways, enjoy the video. So it's a big day today because I'm making a start on laying the decking boards. But before they can go down, I've had to add the joist tape to the ramp because we didn't get that done last time. And then I've just gone round and filled around all of the concrete areas with soil, compacting it down to get all that nice and tight. I'm clucking to get these boards down because I am very happy with how this project has gone so far, and I cannot wait to see the finished product. One thing that I'm not thrilled about is that with the joist tape, we've come up short by a few inches. It's a common story, am I right, fellas? So an interesting fact about decking boards. So they have a smooth side and a textured side, and most people, myself included, think that the textured side is the one that you have go up because it gives some tread, it gives some grip when you walk on it. I've recently found out that actually the manufacturers advise to put it smooth side up, and the grooves are actually not for tread, they're for airflow and ventilation, because when it's on the underside, it sits on top of your joist, and then you get air through between the joist and the deck to reduce any rotting. That concludes today's session of Deck Facts with Ricky. No, seriously though, I'm glad that I actually found that out, because I would have installed them groove side up, and it's all good and well building like a really solid structure to this, but if I put the boards on wrong and they just become a trip hazard after a while and they start rotting, it doesn't really matter about the structure underneath. I've got to replace it all. So good little bit of knowledge discovered there. Any fellow Brits out there, can you please tell me why when we're talking about a tool we say router, but when the word is spelled exactly the same, but I'm talking about the box in my house that provides me with the internet, we say router. Anyway, I digress. So here on the ramp, the boards are going across the shorter dimension. Up on the top, they're going across on the long dimension. So where the two meet, as you can see here, this is just a cut piece just with the normal edge. It's a bit exaggerated because nothing is screwed down, but you can see there, it just looks unfinished. As you come up here, you're gonna hit that edge, and yeah, it just doesn't look very good. So here's a test piece that I routed the edge, sanded the edge so you get the grain carry on through, and then I've obviously treated it all as well, but you see the two side by side, you can now see that transition, nice and smooth. You get this nice shadowing, you get the grain there, it just looks finished. Is the client happy with my choice of finish?
That suggests I'm going to pay you.
Pay me in love, baby.
Okay. No, like genuinely, it looks so good, so much better than just the standard cut edge. I think this is one of the things, like, I'm going to get a bit corny here, but when Ricky's doing these projects, he always goes like the extra 10%. Goodness me, I'm emotional today.
Oh God, you're actually crying now.
Oh no, this is becoming a theme. Power through. But yeah, you know, like, we've already bought the thing, we've got the tools to do it, and it's just like, he makes the effort to make it really nice.
Oh, Victoria.
Oh, I need some sleep. Oh no. Oh dear.
You okay?
Yeah, you get the full spectrum here. The highs, the lows, the tears. I don't know where it came from. I just never knew I'd be so emotional about a deck.
No, about a routed edge.
Oh, learning new things every day.
Come on. There we go. This last board obviously needs cutting around 1, 2, 3 posts. Yeah, not really much more to say than that. Mark them out, get them cut, bish bash bosh, get it in, and hopefully not mess it up. A quick check this fits. Perfect. So just going to give these a sand, treat them, and then we'll get this last one put in. Oh, look at that. Nearly got a deck. Look at this guy scaling up the door. Moving quite fast. It's a bit of a wet one today. So while I'm waiting to get back onto the ramp, I am inside the cabin. God, it's so nice in here having lights. And I'm gonna start and try and do as much of the trim work around the doors and the windows as possible. There's quite a bit of it to do, but firstly, before I can do any of that, I need to cut out and trim down all of the foam that's sealing the window in. I couldn't get the exact size wood that I needed for the reveals, plus the door and the window, they need different depths. Would you call that depth? Widths, I guess, but it's the depth within the reveal. So I've just got a one size to cover both, and I need to rip them down. And I'm going to do that with my new table saw. How exciting. This guy is going to be extremely noisy and make a ton of mess. So the rain has not long stopped and the sun's come out. So I'm going to attempt to hoik this guy outside. Okay, got my PPE. I think with anything like this, where there's just a constant blade running, not on a trigger, I think it's prudent to run some test pieces first, build up my confidence with it, just make sure I understand what it is before I start cutting the wood that I actually need. Let's have a little whirl. So you push that, that's gonna come up. Okay. Oh, there's the on button. Where is it? Oh, there. On. Look at that. Oh, where have you been all my life? This is so good. This is going to be so useful. Really smooth as well. So what I'm doing is I'm just marking on the window itself where I want the wood that's going to go inside the opening to overlap. Let me get an offcut and I'll show you. Okay, so obviously that's going to be going inside in front of the window, and of course we want this to cover up the foam and the edge where it meets the foam. So you can see here, this is one of my little marks, so that's about 5mm from the edge of the window. This piece of wood will then come in, fix to the side, come up to that line. It's going to conceal the edge of the window, that, and all the inside part. On some of them, I'm putting the marking there because it won't be flush between, and I'm going to have to pack it out a bit where I'm going to nail it. So putting those marks on allows me to get even all the way around the window, make it look smart, and then we'll cover up the front of it with some more trim. So this week's video is sponsored by Reolink. They're a leader in smart home security, and they're about to celebrate their 17th anniversary with discounts of up to 40% off. So we have various Reolink cameras installed across the farm just to keep an eye on things, but they're extremely useful whenever we go back to visit the UK because it's always for several weeks at a time. So being able to check in here and just make sure everything's okay when we're 1,600 miles away, it really does give us so much peace of mind, and it means we can fully relax and just enjoy our trip. They have a huge range to choose from, but for us the most useful ones have been those from their floodlight series. The first one we installed was the Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi, and this was actually our first hardwired camera because all the others we have are solar powered. It's got a dual lens that combines the two images into one, giving you a seamless 180-degree panoramic view. We then moved that camera earlier this year to monitor the cabin when Reolink sent us our second floodlight camera, and that was the TrackFlex. So this camera also has a wide-angle dual lens, but because it can also pan and tilt, you get a full 360-degree coverage, and it's also got the added feature of auto tracking, so it can pick up people, vehicles, or animals. And finally, we've got Reolink's newest installment, the solar floodlight. It's completely wire-free, it will power itself because of the solar panel, and it's a more budget-friendly option. So if you're wanting to get your first home security setup or maybe improve the one you've already got, click our link in the description and get yourself up to 40% off to celebrate Reolink's 17th anniversary. Plus, use our discount code LIFEBYLIVING8 to get an extra 8% off. So you can see here I've put another series of little marks here, because what we're going to do is have this, I'm trying to do this one-handed and look through the camera, have this sitting like that effectively. So you get like a little kind of extra detail there, and then this will cover up that gap and sort of frame the window all the way around.
These look a lot better than I thought they were going to.
Thank you.
Well, I just saw all of this wood and I didn't really think you were going to get something as finished as that. So, yeah, very
Not
nice.
bad, is it? It frames it nicely.
But we're definitely not going to leave it just naked wood.
No, it needs caulking, and we'll paint it the same colour as the skirting and
Okay.
the door trim.
Not bad though for a first attempt. Are you happy?
Yeah, that one's my second attempt. I did the bathroom first.
Oh, okay. Let me have a look at the first one then. Oh yeah, you improved a lot, didn't you? Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know.
I'm going to say very nice anymore.
Very nice. I'm just thinking how different our days have been. This is my fourth top of the day, thanks to Mr. Harrison and his projectile contribution.
Yeah, sorry if that last shot was a bit shaky, but I'm multitasking right now. Being a good boy. Look at that little tuft on the back of his head.
Right, the cavalry's here, so now the real work can start.
What is that? What's the real work?
Anything I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Didn't think that one through.
Sorry.
Just in case it's not clear what I'm doing, I'm just sanding down the ends of these cut edges because at the moment they are slightly overhanging this board, of which I don't know the name, but basically when the spindles go on, they're going to fix here and go up, and at the moment these overhanging are going to make it go on the wonk, so I'm just taking it back down flush. Oh, it's died down a little bit, but I hope you can actually hear what I'm saying because it's so windy today. Hence why I got sawdust all in my face.
Okay, so dry weather today, very windy, surprisingly cold, but perfect for ramp building. So I'm just securing down this important top piece where we've got the transition between the two because I was trying to figure out the spacing. So I don't think I said this when I did the top, but this wood is very dry, so I put 5mm spacing between each of them because as it's dry, it's the most contracted it's probably going to be. But in the winter, when it's really wet and saturated, it will swell. So we need to put a gap between, so when it swells, it's got space to move into. This top one here is slightly different. So these are the spacers that I was using to do the top. These are just 5mm, get in there, tile spacers. So here on the ramp side at the transition, it's a bit different because I need to leave a bit of a gap down there so water can drain off. However, because this is on an angle, the bigger that gap is at the bottom, this gap at the top is even bigger. So I've just been kind of experimenting to find the best way, and I think I've got it. So I've just turned this sideways. So I think it's given me about a 3mm space now at the bottom of this. So we've got plenty of space for the water to drain off, and this bigger gap at the top still looks pretty in keeping with this one. Okay, transition test. Oh yeah. Hello. Right, let's do some work. Quite nerve-wracking trimming up all of those boards because it doesn't matter how well you've put the boards on. If you cock that last bit up, then the whole ramp's just going to look a bit naff, or deck, or whatever it is you're cutting off. But whew, thankfully, I got it spot on. And we now have ourselves a ramp. I'm so happy with how this looks. One little detail which I thought haven't actually showed you yet was where I chopped these boards around this post. Oh, I did it on a cheeky little angle, didn't I? Because otherwise it would have to be a big gap here. Same here on the other side. That would have been cut straight down here and there would have been a big gap there. So I love the little attention to detail on things like that. So I still need to sand all those cut ends and treat them, but it's going to have to wait until tomorrow because it's time for Daddy to report for duty. I'm going to go and take over with Harrison from Victoria, but it's going to be an early start tomorrow because I want to give myself the best chance to try and get the top guardrail and the handrail done. I ideally want to wrap this whole project up tomorrow. So yeah, going to be an early start for me, and I'm pretty confident it will be a sleep lacking night. Oh, sleep deprivation and having a baby does funny things to your brain. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. So I've been a busy little beaver this morning. Everything is nice and smooth. Corners rounded off, so we are ready for a handrail. Right. So under the cabin has been super useful for storing wood, keeping it out of the rain, keeping it out of the sun, but it is a tight little crawl space underneath here. So unfortunately I've spent a lot of time commandoing underneath here. Commandoing? I'm wearing underwear. I don't know if commandoing is the right word. Crawling along on my elbows to get things in, get things out. This is the last project though. Everything else under here now is just sort of rough wood to either be burnt or just used for random things. Right, let's get this out. Oh, God. There's still lots of sanding on all the surfaces, softening and rounding off all of these corners, so it's nice when you run your hand up it. But I'm going to wait until we treat the cladding and kind of do all that together, and then this will be all be treated at the same time. So now I need to fill in everywhere, because at the moment I can still very much fall through. There's a serious core workout doing that, and I have no core. I'm just trying to position this so this outer face finishes in the exact same position as the joist down below, so then the spindles can just connect between the two and they will already be plumb. That's the theory. Anyway, it's proving a little bit trickier in real life, but we're nearly there. Hello. Who's this? Who is this? What sound does an owl make? Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
You see? That's one for you, Harrison.
Is she going to take it? Good boy, Jed. You can feel summer's around the corner today, can't you?
It's in the air.
Yeah.
All the bugs start to get a bit fruitier as well.
I've dropped more on my chair.
Sit up.
Oh, you give her a cuddle. Oh.
Hang on.
I thought some chocolate was falling off.
Oh, he's trying to stitch you up, Harrison.
Oh, sorry, bud.
He's got it on your bum.
You look like you pooped yourself.
No. Messy daddy.
Where's that belly? There it is. There it is. So I've just finished with my little production line. So I've cut all of these spindles. I then made a little jig for doing my pilot holes in the top and the bottom. I've then sanded all of the ends and finally treated them all. So we're now ready to go. One thing to add is that I have royally cocked up the wood order and I just didn't calculate enough and then buy enough for the spindles. So I'm about 10 short. So I'm not going to be able to finish the job, which has rubbed me up the wrong way a little bit, but what can you do? Thankfully, these posts, they do keep in stock. So tomorrow I'll be able to go and get some more to get the job finished. So I've got enough to do all around the top. It's just on this slope, we're going to fall short. So I'm probably going to get about halfway down here. So now it's time for the hopefully fun part, providing everything goes smoothly. It's time to assemble and put it all together. Should we give it a test drive? What do you reckon?
It looks so smart.
There will ordinarily be a piece of metal there, just need to get it on. So
Right.
you won't have to bump it up, but
No, okay.
for now you're going to have to bump it up.
Well, the test is going to be if he stays asleep.
Woohoo!
It's a silent ascent. Oh, so smooth.
I actually think this might be one of the best things we've ever done.
I agree.
You can just see, like, in the evening, coming out here, sun is setting right there, little perch, little brewski. We need to get a bottle.
Opener.
That's it.
I am so glad that we did this and had the double doors, because had it just been the single one, it'd still be nice, but it's like a whole vibe, just
Yeah.
the indoor, outdoor living.
Considering this has come about simply because of that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have just
that's
had
the pram, not the
pram,
not the big.
not Harrison. We would have just had stairs. This is a lovely bonus, really.
It is. It's going to make such a difference for Ted as well and his mobility. And yeah, what a nice space for those two to just chill outside as well.
Saying that, should we have a go and see if they want to come up?
Yeah, go on then.
Go and get them.
Hey, puppy. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. You're going to come up.
Good girl.
Yeah, good girl, Pop.
On his head. Yep.
Yeah, good boy, buddy. I think they're ready to move in.